Hello and welcome to day 12 of Healing from Unavailable Love with Marina. Yesterday we explored the financial cost of belonging. Today I want to consider a different cost. Not only what happened to you, but what never happened because so much of your life was spent waiting. The opportunities you declined, the relationships you neglected, the dreams you made smaller, the places you never dared to visit. This is not an instruction to leave today. This is an invitation to notice how much of your life has been placed on hold for a romantic relationship, workplace, or friendship that remains unavailable. You thought you were waiting for them, but slowly waiting became your life. You waited for commitment, for the right time, for them to heal, decide, or finally recognize what they had with you. You postponed making plans because you wanted to remain available. You avoided moving forward because doing so might close the door they kept leaving slightly open for you. Months or years passed while your future remained dependent on a decision they continually avoided making. They continued living. You continued waiting for permission to begin. Really ask yourself the question and be brutally honest. What have you postponed until this person finally becomes available? How many opportunities did you reject so you could remain available for someone who rarely chose you? You declined invitation just in case they called or turned up unannounced. You avoided traveling because they might suddenly want to see you. You stopped attending places they might dislike. You abandoned hobbies because they required time, energy, or confidence that the relationship continually consumed. Eventually, your life became smaller, not because somebody explicitly ordered you to stop living, but because every decision began revolving around whether it brought you closer to them or risked pushing them away. Tell yourself honestly, which opportunities did you turn down because saying yes to your life felt like saying no to them? How long have you been waiting for a workplace to offer what it keeps asking you to earn? You stayed for the promotion, the pay rise, the recognition, the promise that your loyalty would eventually be rewarded. Perhaps you rejected another role, delayed training, or stopped applying elsewhere because Leaving felt like wasting everything you had already invested. But while you waited for this workplace to recognize your potential, other opportunities passed without meeting you. Loyalty should not require you to keep postponing your own professional growth. If this workplace never gives you what it has repeatedly promised, what opportunities will waiting cost you next? While you were trying to keep one unavailable relationship alive, who stopped receiving your attention? You kept checking on the friend who rarely checked on you. You remained loyal to the group that made you feel like an outsider. You were always available when they needed support, even when other people were offering you genuine care. Perhaps somebody stopped inviting you because you repeatedly declined. Perhaps unavailable friendship never had room to grow because all your emotional doors were being held open for somebody who rarely entered. Who received less of you because you were continually trying to earn your place with somebody else? Unavailable love does not only delay your plans, it can make you forget that you were allowed to have them. Perhaps you wanted to study, move, travel, create something, or build a different future. But every dream had to fit around the relationship, workplace, or friendship. Would they approve? Would they feel abandoned? Would your growth threaten the connection? Gradually, you stopped asking what you wanted. You began asking what your attachment would allow. The cost was not simply one missed opportunity, it was learning to reduce your life before anybody else had to reject it. When did your vision for your life become limited by what this connection could tolerate? The simple truth is you cannot recover the time you spent waiting, but you can stop using that time as a reason to wait longer. You may believe leaving now would make the previous years meaningless, but continuing does not return them. It simply asks your future to pay for your past. In my work, we do not need to spend years circling every missed opportunity. I listen for the belief that made waiting feel necessary. Maybe that leaving meant failure. Loyalty required sacrifice, or choosing yourself would make you selfish. One focused conversation can begin reaching the rule beneath the waiting. If your future no longer owed anything to what you have already invested, what would you choose now? Do not use today's questions to punish yourself for the time that has passed. Regret can become another waiting room. Instead, ask yourself, what part of my life is still waiting for me to return? Imagine one focused conversation helping you stop circling the years you believe you lost, without shame, without blaming yourself for loving, hoping, or trying. Imagine being free to invest your remaining time in yourself, in people, in possibilities, and dreams that can genuinely meet you. Imagine how your life would change if you and your well being became the priority.